Bear with me, guys. Do a test thing here. Make sure my audio is actually coming through. Do a test thing here. Make sure my audio is actually coming through. Alright. How's it going, guys? Justinio here. Today we are playing everything. And I figured I'm such a big philosophy nut that this would be a lot of fun. So let's get right into it. Make sure this is tight. I don't want it to freak out on me. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do a new account. I just started one and I was like, hey, I gotta stream this. It makes me ask so many questions. This game belongs to Justinio. It's a me, Justinio. So where's Spec? Okay. Oh, I have a camera. I can look around in space. X to think. Is this the beginning? The beginning. X to think. What happened before now? It's always now. Am I controlling this? Am I a bear? Oh, what the hell? Thoughts info added under help. A bloop? So can I... This is rolling around. Okay. Wait, it's so tall up there. X. Hi, Justinio. You found me finally. We've been waiting for you for such a long time. Notice my thought had the what is that thing called? There's a name for it. That icon. Look out for others with this. We're here to show you what you're able to do and help you navigate everything. Good luck. Give me one sec, guys. He's just gonna lay there and chill. Actually, he's not. He's gonna go do his own thing. This game plays itself, I guess. There was a pop-up I got. Okay, I have a Twitch chat open, but I don't have the other ones. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Actually, here's a thought. Ooh, shift makes you run faster. Okay. Whoa. Wait, what? Oh, is it the rock? I have no idea what my personality is. I'm not really able to see it, but at the same time being totally objective, I will say that I have a fantastic personality. One of the greats. I'm the most unique thing you're likely to ever come across. Also, I just remembered that I'm really funny and also cool. So I guess I have nothing to worry about. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Everything sings. Singing is how all things communicate. Singing helps things find or avoid one another. It deepens bonds between some things and separates others. It's how things announce their existence. So, sing all day long. I want to hear what you sound like, and so does everything else. If other things hear you, they might sing back. Space? Whoa. Don't flash your butt at me, you piggy butt. Okay. How does this compass at the top work? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, here's a thought. Oh, that's too funny. As you wander around, you might sometimes feel a bit lost. That's normal, and you don't need to worry about it. Lots of things have passed through here and felt the same, but eventually everything finds what it's looking for. Over there. Drink my coffee, don't bang my microphone. A thought. Here's a thought. This is all frighteningly meaningless. I had this expectation. I come all the way in here, and all I get is this. You. Is all the other trees around here running around me. Whoever sets this game up clearly gave me no consideration. Oh man. Hey, how far back do you think black bears go? You might not always feel it, but you took trillions of generations of black bears getting mixed up all the way back to forever. It's incredible you made it through and finally arrived here. The other black bears around here are reflections of you from back then. Those monkeys! Each with their own dreams and their own lives to live. As you meet other black bears, you will sometimes feel inseparable from them, and find where you really start and end is up to you. I almost feel like in deep meditation that is what we're doing. We are remembering the past and creating the future at the same time, in the now. And that's why we can go pretty much anywhere in our meditations. So what I'm saying is we always wind up here. As in now. But it's different for well, whatever thoughts we're having. Like me, as in Justinio me, I'm nothing more than a thought that you're having. But I am a thought. I'm a very active thought. That doesn't sound right, because now that means things like that hoe over there or something. That's not what I meant. I meant like, you know, the thought process. Like, my entire ego is just one thought. Your one thought. Well, the you watching this is the actual real you. But you're possessing a thought of yours when you're not possessing a thought of me. So this is very I like this already. Philosophical talks. I am right. I mean, I don't care what you think. It's no big deal if you think I'm not. I'm just curious what you think. That's what he thinks. He's definitely thinking that. What is this? Rocks are people too. What are people though? Good question. I mean, that is why we're called beings. We're all temporarily being something. Which means all of this around us is something that we're being. We just don't feel like it's right now because of the perception of time from whatever you think yourself to be right now. Like right now, Justinio, I'm on year 32, and I have this really long backstory that I made up in my head that, from my perception, manifests reality. but we're also being... Let's use the rock as an example. We're also being a rock, but we got bored with that, so it kind of came and went, and so now we're a creature observing that rock that we used to be, basically. None of it's painful. Like concept of evolution, like we had to struggle to get where we're at. No, there was no struggling. I mean, suffering is kind of just a concept. Like, yeah, if things get too hard, we adapt and simplify it. If only I was able to hug myself, life would be so much easier. It just doesn't feel the same, though. Let's see. Let's head over here. Are these my brothers? The brothers and sisters. Other black bears are nearby. Join them by pressing or holding V. Am I supposed to talk to one? Look closely and you will find what you're after. Don't get discouraged. Everything is here to help you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh man. That's a lot of that's a lot of black bears. That's awesome. Okay. And now we're hauling ass. Bowling black bears. Hold on. Yeah. I thought I was near a thought icon. Here we go. Everything is so green here most of the time anyway. And I don't really mind it. Yeah, it's temporary. It can become fall and winter and all that good stuff. So that we can have the nice weathers. No offense. I mean, all of them are good. By nice, I mean the one that you want. I don't know if I can tell you this, but rocks don't even call each other rocks. We call each other since you probably can't pronounce it's okay to call us rocks. Hey, I think I came pretty close. It was like... Wish I had a rock in here to make a rock noise. Like, I don't say the name or anything, I just, like, make a sound effect with things. It's like... Oh, wait. All the bears! It's a little terrifying. As long as you keep moving in any direction you choose, that will take you where you need to go. If you don't stop where you're going, or... What did Zenyatta say? If you end up going... If you don't stop going where you're going, you'll end up where you're headed, or something stupid like that. It's kind of one of those, well, duh, but... That's a weird looking rock. There is no rock. It's a video game. Oh, up, up, up. But yet there is. There you are. Over time, you might find there's no right or wrong path to take here. As you explore, you might feel that parts of you need to go their own direction. Because you can't control everything at once. At least not yet. Try letting go of a few things. Release some black bears by pressing or holding C. Yeah, that is the thing. If we were controlling everything at once, which, I mean, we are, but in the perception of time, which would be the fourth dimension, if we were to look at all of it, there'd be nothing to do, right? Because everything that could happen or will happen is kind of like present. We have to get rid of some of it to experience the forwardness of time, right? And like I was saying, like, these rocks on here aren't real. I mean, this game is real. There's like a world in it because somebody created it. So these creators have, well, what would be prescripted thoughts and feelings? Technically, we have prescripted thoughts and feelings. I mean, we're scripting it right now, but, for example, this video is being recorded. You can play it back. I'm never going to say anything different. I am scripted, right? I have become technically an AI. This is only the present me as I'm recording it. Never again. So, same way as video games. Somebody scripted them, but they came from a creator. I tried counting the grass around me, but I gave up quickly. Why did I read it like that? I still have a small herd of bears. It's like... That's what they're called. They're like Pokemon. And that's a rrrr. That was a rrrr. Let's see here. Wait. There we go. I don't care if I just melt into the grass, which is a good thing because that is most certainly going to happen. Melt? Other trees aren't exactly fans of the spring like I am, because they all behave differently in different weathers. I just get a lot more work done this time of year. Busy, busy. No less busy than we are. Running circles in a hamster wheel. The question is, are you enjoying it? A bear got stuck! I need to up the sensitivity. Hang on a sec. Settings. I have my sensitivity set low for like shooters and stuff, but this is not a shooter. That's better. Actually, that's almost too much better. Sorry. That'll do. That'll do, bear. That'll do. Join us. Join us. Wait a minute, where'd the thought go? Haha. I feel no connection to these rocks around me. Literally no point asserting myself to these chumps. I know I'm better. Self-image, it's interesting. The you that you see in the mirror when you wake up, you're the only you that sees that. Remember that weird first day at school? When everyone's faces looked really weird, and then you decide, okay, this boy's nice to me. He's gonna have a nice face. This girl's kind of bitchy, and she's really mean to me, so I'm gonna give her a gargoyle face. We put faces on. Hey, what do you make of all the small things around here? All the plants and little creatures? Are they here for you, or are they here for them? It's hard to imagine that everything could be here for each other, because you can only see things from a black bear's perspective, just as I can only see from a rock's perspective. But if you want to, you can always see things from a little thing's point of view. This is what I was getting to. Perspectives. Yep. Perspectives. Because your perspective is the only one that you see of yourself in the mirror. No one else sees that. They create their own image of you based on what they think. It's the only way to have a peaceful world, guys. One person's heaven is another person's hell. This is the way we want it to be. We are always safe, but we are experiencing this chaos around us. But it's what we choose to accept or reject. It can be beautiful chaos, that's what I'm saying. Get close to something small. Wait, there's another bear. Remember this place and remember what you are. Keep it in mind as you go beyond here. You might need to find a way back to it. Okay. So I could just... Whoa. Whoa! A homolomina Selby? Ooh. We're just gonna be all of them. I can descend a level below. Well, this is lower, I guess. I can descend a level below. Like what? Mushroom! Wait. I went below the mushroom. What? Am I the grass? Oh man. I am slow. Hi friend, it looks like you've seen things from a little thing's point of view. Now you might be wondering what it's like to see things from the other way around. See things from a bigger point of view. Out of all the points of view, you find which one is the right one. You know, another crazy thing, guys, I do not encourage this at all, but I have played the feigning game, and every time I played it, every thought that I had that I labeled as Justinio died. And when that happened, I was no longer Justinio, and I jumped in and possessed something else. I lived out the rest of its life until its life ended. Then I came back to this one. Every time I played the feigning game, the longest one was, well, one was I was a head of cabbage out in the field, and Farmer kept birds from eating me, but sadly he forgot to pick me. I withered away and I died. And then another time I was a light bulb in an old man's garage, and I was only there when he had the light on. When I was on and lit, I had this completely different energy with each one. I felt this warmth. I somehow could see the man working out in his garage, but like one day I guess I burnt out and I didn't come back, so I came back to here. I don't know why I come back to the middle of this one if I'm living out their life. Longest one was a 13-year-old boy. I was getting my little sister into her booster seat in the minivan. Mom was going to take me to school. We get in a wreck on the highway. The van tips over. I fly out of the side window, hit my head on the concrete. I remember looking out at the concrete, just staring, and then the concrete felt like it turned to trampoline material. Then I look up and you know, I saw trees. I saw this weird little boy, which I had to remember that was my little brother. And all these memories had to come flooding back. It's like, oh wait, I'm not this 13-year-old boy that just died in a wreck. I'm Justin, and I'm here now, and all this is different. I've woken up doing that before. Like when you first wake up out of bed, it's almost like you have to make up bullcrap. Like, okay, I'm this guy. It's this day and time. It's like memories have to come back in piece by piece instead of all at once, consistent. Is the past real, or are we making it up? We're making up our memories. They cannot be 100% accurate, which in a way could explain the Mandela effect. I'm getting over my head here, but food for thought. It gives me something to worry about throughout my life. Is grass one thing or millions of things? I'm really not sure. I see it both ways. A rough grass makes the whole world rough grassless. What I was going to say is, living out the entire life of something to get back from the feigning game, I don't do it anymore. My brother just like, man, it gave me headaches. Very dangerous, don't do it. You will have your own experiences in your own way, but that was my unique one. Don't need to have it again. What there is. Ascend? Wait, I can be a pine cone. Okay, now this one's cool. I'm a bit vain sometimes. I should stop thinking about myself. But what else is there to think of? It's purely ego. If you can actually get rid of all thoughts of yourself during meditation, you're everything. You can pick what you want to be at that point, and you can always come back. Nothing truly dies. Native Americans understood this. All of our ancestors are living right now in their present times. That's why we have replay ghosts. They're living out their life. Honestly, if they see you, you're haunting them. Crazy, right? Nothing scary about it. Oh my gosh, mushrooms. Thoughts absorb into the mind. Press the M key to open it. Woo! We're collecting thoughts. Okay. Everything sings. Things? Animal. Black bear. Plant. Oh, I like how it skips to what we have. It's not a plant, is it? It doesn't have the mushroom on there. I thought it'd be a plant, but... You are Intaloma. Oh god. Oh, I pushed M again. That was kind of a glitch. Escape should be able to get us out. You must bond with this first. I had to bond by pushing shift to run? The world will end in the year you die. Yes, your version of the universe will die. The Buddhists, the meditative Buddhists and the Hindus, they understand that. The universe would go with you. So you technically wouldn't die, but it would go with you wherever you go. I can think. I'm here. I know I'm here. I'm certain of it. I can see myself. I can see you. I am a rough grass. A perfectly perfect rough grass. It's nice being a rough grass. A rough grass has 6 sides. It's easy to spot a rough grass. 6 sides. Here I am, a set of coordinates in space. That's me. And now I find myself suspended on the ground. The limits of my form touch this ground constantly. I cannot seem to remove myself from it. This force keeping me from falling through the ground is also keeping me from really touching it. Some kind of collider keeping me forever separate. This collider would appear to fit exactly my physical form. I feel bound to it, and yet this thing that's making me solid is invisible. A silent ghost following me wherever I go. Is that what I am? A transparent essence moving around with whatever I think I am? And what of my form? Probably some shader or another. Not even a very special one. And yet, though this shader gives me form, I know my surfaces are impossibly thin, immaterial, and underneath them is nothing. So that which makes me solid and firm is invisible, and that which gives me form knows I'm empty. Where among these two things is the real me? Am I the solid nothing, or the colored emptiness, or both? And from where between these emerges my thought? Yes. That's the answer, yes. Everything you think is you, and everything that you consider the opposite of you, since we're in a binary world, is also you. What you consider to not be you, well, that's your devil. It's still you, but you've labeled it evil. He's like, evil? Where is it? The line from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy on SpongeBob. I missed that cartoon. It's so great. I say miss it. I still watch it. The old ones are good. Good creator. I haven't known anything but spring, but I've heard stories about the other seasons and what they're like. That was loud. What was it? It was like sploosh. For a twig, I am pretty resilient to the sun. I hardly feel it. I wouldn't want to be an Intaloma, though. Well, then you're not, because I am. Hang on a sec. I'm the Intaloma mushroom. Hey, Scampies. Yeah. Oh, this game is very meditative. This game. Hey, we're passing some acorns. Maybe we should be some acorns. There's nothing to let go of. I love that. There's nothing to let go of. Let it go. Let go of the nothing. I can descend a level below. Yes, but... Wait a minute. I wanted to be the beetle. Is that a leg of the beetle? Oh my god. Oh my god! Can it tell me what this is? You are Trypanosoma brucei? Do you actually have these things? Look at this world! Look at this! Bonding is quicker if you sing a few times. I'm just blooping. Guys, this is crazy! Look how far away this thing is. It's like a planet to it. But it's like a... Oh, it's actually got cute eyes. This is crazy. I have goosebumps. This is so cool. Hang on. What noise does it make? Hey, whoa. Okay. You have nothing more to lose. Every time I say it. Nothing to release. You have nothing more to lose. Which is actually a good thing. People are like, oh, we've lost everything. Good, you have nothing more to lose. This too shall pass. Look how far away it is! We're hauling ass towards it and it's... What is this? What are we? You are Clostridium botulinum. We are getting educated today, boys and girls. Man. Hey Siri. Define Clostridium botulinum.
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Siri define Clostridium botulism. Check it out.
A group of gram-positive rod-shaped bacteria. These are real things. This game is crazy. Pod-shaped bacteria commonly found in the soil that grow best in anaerobic in the absence of oxygen conditions. The bacteria form heat-resistant spores which allow them to survive in a dormant state until exposed to conditions that can support their growth. They produce botulinum toxin, a highly potent neurotoxin, and the cause of the disease botulism. So we would be a planet that they would choose to live on and populate there, and in turn could give us a cancer-like effect. Just like what we do to the Earth. Like if we overpopulate it, if we don't treat it properly, the individual organism that we live on, we could kill it or we could help it thrive. So in a way, we're parasites. Can you imagine like how much bigger everything is if this is a comparison here? Now I say can you imagine, because when you can, it'll be there. That's what evolution is. If we, as God consciousness, if we think of something else in our subconscious, it'll be there, right? Let's see if we can do that. I'm trying to let go still. Okay. How do I get bigger? Okay. Whew. This is getting creepy. If using a one-button mouse, you may prefer to set enter mode easy. Okay. Wait, what am I? So I have to sing. Why? That's it? That's a good question. Why? What is that? What there is.
I find it a little difficult to say what
Alan
the
Watts!
subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image.
Splinter?
In terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
A myth is an image in which we try to make sense of the world. Correct. It is no less true or not true than anything else in the world that you perceive. Question is, do you label it true? This is the paradox. We are all right in our own universes. I'll never tell someone that they're wrong. I'll say they have an interesting perspective. Life mostly involves going out and entangling yourself with others. I'm going to have to do that here in a minute at work. But I want to show you another way of getting mixed up. A very beautiful thing you can do. That's dancing. To dance is to move in a pattern and not towards anywhere in particular. To make yourself the destination and to enjoy never quite arriving. Dancing always takes two, but the more the merrier. Everything dances a little differently, so try doing it with different things. Then stop moving and press 8. 8? Dancing splinters! My life's complete. Wait, a new wood splinter is ready to be born. Wait, they mated? Splinters? What? Hold on. Is there just another splinter? What is happening? Oh God. Yeah, if we like our current form, we will find an attractive version of that form, mate with it, and make more of that form. That's what determines. Like panda bears, for some reason, they don't want to screw each other. They don't really like their current form, so they're leaving us. It's sad, but if it's what they want, we gotta let them go. The question is, though, is that what they want? Because if that's what they want, nothing really sad about that. I mean, I'll miss them. I mean, our goal in life is to make as many friends as sad as possible when our funeral comes, right? I mean, it sucks, but them being sad means that you meant something to them, and you served a purpose to them. I know it sounds depressing, but it's I'm not meaning for it to be. Okay, splinters, let's check this out. I feel okay. We need to get bigger, guys. This is really freaking me out, how long we've been here. Everything is set to default. Nope. Stop doing that. There's nothing to join here. I'm spamming keys. I can't get bigger. I'm stuck, guys. Okay, what am I? I am a dirt particle. So we've become something that we can visibly see again as human beings. Mind travel. Body no travel. Body travel. Mind no travel. Wait, 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 wait. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Mind travel, body no travel. So meditation, kind of. I already got confused. Mind travel, body no travel. Body travel, mind no travel. Mind travel, body no travel. Body travel, mind. It just keeps going. This is insanity, guys. You'll always be mine until at last you decide not to be. Yeah, we determine our existence. I've had so many near-death experiences, guys. But I always seem to survive. It's almost like from our perspective we experience death around us, but it doesn't happen to us because death is not experienced. If we were to die, we would wake up being something else. Justinio would end and I wouldn't remember him from his perspective, but I may be watching him on YouTube or something. I don't know. I may not even be human. I most likely would be. We would probably work our way up. Everything that's here now is
You, as a human being,
yes.
you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism.
Tree pollen.
But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't. You came out of it.
Yes.
We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality. As if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, the center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing, and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So
yeah.
Maybe you're intelligent, maybe you can love too. And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
It's inhumane. Isn't that crazy? You always describe them as unpeople. I'm the acorn. Blade of grass. We're going up. Wait a minute. I can't get taller than the... Oh, I'm taller grass. I want to be more. How do I go up? Here we go. I'm an even taller stalk of grass. Oh, here we go. I really hope you guys can't hear my fan. If you can, I apologize. I didn't think about it. If only I could manage to sell the dirt around here, I'd be rich. What? Dang it. Dang it. Sorry guys. I hit the wrong button. I only ever dream about being myself and other pine cones, and sometimes other trees. I know there's other things out there, but I can't dream as them. Maybe you can? See, what a pine cone would think of a tree would not actually be a tree, because otherwise they would be the tree. Actually, never mind. You think what a tree is, then you're that tree. As soon as that tree is just a thought, then you're back to what made the thought, which would be Mr. Pinecone here. You just have to forget the you that you think you are right at that moment. Hold on. Oh, it's a froggy! Ooh. Oh my god. This is great. My friend keeps making strange, interesting piles of dirt around here, and he says they might last even after he's dead. I don't see the point in it. He might as well worry about not having made them before he was born. Right. Whoop. I can't get around there. Little froggy. Today is the day. I know it. I'll finally get to go to school. Oh wait, I gotta be those mushrooms. I have to bond with the thing before I can actually become another thing. This looks strangely familiar. I've been here before, and I'm sure I've seen you, but I can't quite figure out when or where. Deja vu. Here we go.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a Big Bang. Now, you're a complicated human being. But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curlicue, way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time. And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself.
They grow.
You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang. You're not something that is a sort of puppet on the end of the process. You are still the process.
Yeah.
You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
Yeah. I keep making babies. Okay. I need to get bigger, but I'm just so fascinated by the tiny world. When does spring end? I've heard it goes on forever, but I don't know who to believe anymore. It's... You remember that, right? Thoughts are the friction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same thing. As you go around listening to things, their thoughts will make impressions on your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts, and they will reflect the things you've listened to and absorbed. Give thinking a go, just try not to take it too seriously. Yes, that is why when you meditate and you let go of what you labeled as your thoughts, actually let them go back out into the world, you'll see those thoughts out in the world, and it communicates back to you, but you don't realize it because you hang on to so many thoughts. You're not listening for those thoughts outside yourself. Synchronicity is really, really trippy, guys. It's crazy. Basically, life. I don't know. Life's a trip. I've spent my life trying to scheme whatever I can from the soil around here, and I've done pretty well of it, all things considered. What are you? He's tried to scheme his way. What is it? Oh, it's a kgrr. I see. A grr. I'm a chestnut. You chestnut. Oh man. I'm a nettle. Uh-oh. Oh crap. I went all that way. I was trying to get back to the thought that I saw in that split second. Is it raining? This game is beautiful, guys. Go get it. It's free in the Epic Games Store if you guys are watching this. Hang on one sec. Make sure nobody's made a post. Okay, cool. We're good. Good talk. I'm wanting to start a podcast, but if I go off into philosophical stuff, I mean... Speaking of philosophical stuff. Got it. No such thing as things.
What I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things.
Right.
That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking. If you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems. I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. Finally, a very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun. And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world. There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggling. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggling. And only when human beings get working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggling. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
I hate to say this, but I think I'm gonna have to possess a tree to get out of here. Unless I can come across a creature. Sure, I didn't get to choose my parents, but I can choose what kind of child I'll be to them. And I choose to be completely absent. Can we... I'm in trouble. What are you pretending to not know? Is there something you don't know that you don't know that you'd like to share with everyone? Well, exactly. There's some things that I can't know as my current form that if I did know, I would wake up from this stream into something else. But right now, this is what I am from only my perspective. I can't get away, guys. Am I ugly? Be honest with me. No, really. I know you feel the need to be polite and everything, but I can handle it. I really can. You won't hurt me. Just be honest. So, I'm ugly, aren't I? I knew it. I knew it. Whoa, that feels bad. Listen, thanks for being honest with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to go and have a good cry. See you around. This is why people try to tell each other, you're beautiful. You have to believe that. Which is tricky because on a subconscious level, your ego locks you into certain thoughts and beliefs to keep your current form. So it would be a transformation. Over time, you would have to let go of these I'm ugly thoughts until you see beauty in yourself. The more buildup you have, the longer it's going to take to come back down, but it can. We are creating ourselves every second. But because of the illusion of the past, we are holding on subconsciously to what we were yesterday. It's not going to happen overnight, but it takes time. How much time depends on what you consider a lot of time. Or what your subconscious does. Your subconscious is kind of a jerk. It takes a while. Look at me. I'm way more harmonious than you. Harmonious. I'm really in tune with nature. Can you tell? I'm vibing with the universe's song way more than you or anyone else. I am so enlightened and I just get it. Sorry if you're not on my level, brah. I'm just gifted, I guess. Peace. We're trying to one-up each other? Is this what's going on? I'm better. Can I do better than this? I don't know. Is this what we're getting to? Is this one-upmanship? But I'm trying, and I'll keep trying and see if it is. Getting hold of the wiggly world.
Now then, when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular. And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is.
Earthworm Jim.
Of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. And I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits are things which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peoples. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you. The world is waving at me with you and saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins.
Right.
That we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear. And I'm going to die. And that would be awful.
I don't think we experience it though. I am moss. Okay, that sounds terrifying. Oh god. Moss is very, wait, what? Long before moss were around, far back through time, all plants were the same thing. As something that spread into every plant everywhere. As something that plants still share here and now. You may find you aren't just moss, but every plant in existence, an expression of this great pattern known as plants. Everything secretly knows this, and you know it too. Yeah. I guess there's nowhere to go but down. Descend. Whoa! We went into the plant. Okay. What is this? Hold Q? I'm a giant bellflower pollen. Similar or same? Same. Similar. You can do that? Whoa. I've already been this thing. Can we go even smaller? Oh god, that's terrifying. Whoops, I went bigger. Okay. Alright, I can't dance by myself, can I? Okay. What is this? That thing's so weird looking. Are those seeds? I thought we were tinier than the seeds. I am plant matter. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, because I've joined with similar. Disconnect. Okay. Let's just keep getting tinier, guys. What in the world? What am I? I am Streptobacilli? Streptobacilli. Hey Siri, define Streptobacilli.
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Siri define skeptical Siri.
That's not what I
Check it
said. Okay, well you guys can Google it. You saw it pop up. So can we go even smaller? Your eye will light up when you can descend. Okay. Whoa, I just went right through that. Can I descend? Nothing smaller to enter here. This should be our goal. Okay. It says there's something nearby that we can descend into. Hey! Another Alan Watts quote. Let's grab this thought first. Whoa. I wrote another poem about my life. Low, high, low. High, low, high. Disappear and die. We don't disappear. Oh no. Where was the Alan Watts quote? We can't miss it, can we? Oh snap. There it is. Full speed ahead, Captain. A theory worth betting on. I've heard this.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that way? There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game.
Right.
Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on?
If you see a purpose, then you will.
The game is worth the candle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so, really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on,
We don't realize it's our karma
you've
doing.
got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Yeah. But people don't realize they're manifesting their own version of reality. They let the irritating things get in the way, and then it turns to hell slowly, or we let the good things get in our field of view, and then we create more of it. We like to get upset. We like to be happy. I mean, we like all these things. Theory worth betting on. Hi, bye. I like that he did that right when I was distracted. It wasn't even a message worth reading. What do we have over here? Is there something I can possess? What is that? What is it? I'm scared. Everything around me is so big I can't communicate with it. They don't even know I exist. At least I hope these things don't turn to me. It'd be freaky. Are these guys even? God, it's like outer space again. Okay, they can see me. They look like little butts. Nothing happened. Well, I joined these things. Wait a minute, can these mate? They're not the same thing. Well, maybe they are. Maybe this is how you get further. This is cool. In the future, wood splinters will rule the planet. Says the wood splinter. I mean, that makes sense. As you'd experience all the universe's things, each thing also experiences you. Things leave their mark on you as you leave your mark on things. And somewhere inside you is an impression of everything you've ever been. Right. We see it. If we've had a thought, it's out there, and we can go look at it. A great memory of things you can revisit anytime and feel what it's like to be them again. You're always free to transform yourself into anything. Transform into something you've already been. Hold E to bring up the transform menu. Animal, arachnid. What? Tree. Let's be a tree. What? What? Oh. Well, okay. I want to be a tree. I'm just turning into tree things. Similar? How about same? Now tree? Same. Browse. Okay, acorn, chestnut, sycamore leaf. We can only be things of our size because it's within our scope of understanding right now. We're dinky. Song way more harmonious than you. Can't be honest, so can't quite figure out when or else. What? Did I find a secret there? Okay. It's saying there's things all around me I can possess. Oh. I can't believe I'm teeny tiny pine cones. These are like babies. It's a baby. Symptomatic of the scheme of things.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there, In us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
I am a diatom? What? A diatom. Hey Siri. Define diatom.
Diadem means a jeweled crown or headband worn as a symbol of sovereignty.
No, a diatom. Hey Siri. Define diatom.
Diadem means
I guess we've named a jewelry headgear after it. I don't know. I can't look up diatom and look up diadem. What are these? You guys see these? You have to catch one of these schools? Yep. They're so tiny. What? Oh god. I am oxygen. I am oxygen? Excuse me? I'm inhaling oxygen. I am oxygen. You are what you are what you eat, I guess. It's so far away. I did not mean to do that. What? I am sphere. What? Other. Bacterium atom. Oxygen. That was the last thing I remember being. Hang on guys, I gotta take a whiz. I am sphere. I think I'm looking from its perspective, like it has no form. Yeah. Okay. Whoop. I forget, this game does play itself, but then I'd miss the quotes. You guys wouldn't miss them. I'm kind of doing this for you guys just as much as an experience for me. It's fun. Okay, so I am sphere. I am Groot. Look at those geometric shapes. I am sphere. What is this? That is a sphere. A sphere of what? Hang on. I am a tetra cloud. Hey Siri, define tetracloud.
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Siri defined.
It's stuff that we've named technology after now. So let's do this. An atom. Can we even find it in here? A particle. No. A protozoan? Other? No. It doesn't have a 3D? Yeah, okay. 3D. Third dimension. Does that also mean there's 4D and 5D? I know fourth dimension I think is time. It's actually directions. Sphere. A sphere is a perfectly round geometrical object in three-dimensional space that is the surface of a completely round ball. Whoops. How do I actually read it? Okay. Analogous to a circular object in two dimensions. Like a circle, which geometrically is a two-dimensional object, a sphere is defined mathematically as a set of points that are all at the same distance r from a given point. But in three-dimensional space, this distancer is the radius of the ball, and the given point is the center of the mathematical ball. The longest straight line through the ball connecting 2 points of the sphere passes through the center, and its length is thus twice its radius, is the diameter of the ball. When you describe it that way, it sounds like a paradox. A tetracloud. A cloud of tetrahedrons. There's my answer. We're just a cloud of tetrahedrons. Whoops! I just went smaller. It looks like we're in a nervous system. We're in a godhead. Look at all these universes. There is a Milky Way type galaxy in... What did we go inside of, guys? We were inside a blade of grass coming here, weren't we? I am a super star cluster. Super. Superstar cluster. This is in a blade of grass. The system of behavior.
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself, because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior.
We're really doing all of it.
What I am involves what you are. I don't know who I am unless I know who you are. And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we're not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other, are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Look at all these other galaxies in a blade of grass. You're in heaven already. You are heaven. Exactly. It's all inside and outside you. We are always safe. If this ends in some calamity, which it most likely will, it'll just be a nightmare and we can wake up into another dream. But we are always it. Can we be smaller? Similar. Let's do that. There we go. We're similar, but we are not the same. Can we mate? Press X to mate. We can. Okay. What do we have down here? Thank goodness we can move faster too. Okay. We're a cluster moving together. Don't think about numbers, think about proportion. I'm one star. I am a neutron star. Neutron star. Alga? Diatoms are a major group of algae and are among the most common types of phytoplankton. They're unicellular, although they can confirm colonies in the shape of filaments or ribbons, fans, zigzags, or stars. This is what we went into after we went into everything else. Wow. Oh, here's a thought. It's gonna take forever. Should I pass? I thought that was another star I saw. Look how far away these are! Oh my gosh! I'm having a thought? The eternal flow of child, I'll finally get to take a shape with no center, an area with no start, and all sound would stop moving forward, and I can't go deeper. I love you, whoever you are. Everything you do makes me happy. I'm crying. So happy you're crying. Is this another star? I for some reason can't join other stars. Okay. Life is always fair. It can't be any other way. Only it might not always look that way from your point of view. Okay. What did Jesus say in the Gospel of Thomas? Those who are dead were never living, and those who are living cannot die. You can see death around you, but you yourself cannot die, because you would have to look from a perspective of something that's alive. So, let's say I don't have the answers on that. Or I should say Justinio doesn't have the answers. But let's say I died from my perspective, I would wake up something else. I wouldn't remember that I'm this. You wouldn't remember that you were you. We would be whatever we are now. Now is always changing. A whirlpool in water.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world, it's a bridge through which the external world flows into you, and you flow into it. Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water, you could say because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it. the whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and I recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river, and it's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you. You're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and
Is that Earth?
everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you. But the problem is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way.
In the blade of grass.
The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens.
My head hurts.
And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise, we're going to go out of our heads. We're going to commit suicide, collectively, courtesy of H-bombs. And, all right, supposing we do, well, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
Planet. I don't understand. Planets. This thing's taking off. So I'm picking a planet right now? Hi Justinio, I was wondering where you'd got to. By now you've been able to see a lot here, but not everything. When you first arrived here, there was a golden object in front of you. Do you remember it? Yeah, the weird stick-looking thing. It might feel distant now, but it's still there. This is a gate made by things who weren't able to see how you see. Many things entered it, but weren't able to come back out, so we kept it locked. I'm going to open it for you, but it's up to you if you want to enter. Good luck and take care. Return to where you began. You can now descend into the Golden Gate. Well, I don't want to yet. I am a mesoplanet. I take my thoughts too seriously as if they mean something. But how could they mean anything unless other thoughts made them that way? Right, there would be no point to it. You give it purpose. It is nature's task to figure itself out. If I see no problems, then there's nothing to solve. Sorry, I keep feeling I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. But if I see problems, I'm surrounded by them. And finally, when there's things to do... Oh, I see problems, so finally there's things to do. I get it. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. I can descend into that. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I heard the other ones. Here. I need to grow larger. To say something about anything is to pretend it'll be like that forever. And saying something isn't is to pretend it never was. Nothing has to be said, but if it is to be said, let it be the truth. That's different, isn't it? What is this? You are a rock planet. Okay. Look, I have a planet spinning around me. That is insane. Okay. There's a moon spinning around this little Earth. Okay. Is this like a shooting star? Whoa! Holy crap. I'm gonna have to get ready for work, guys. Dadgummit. This is too intriguing. This is the microcosmos. We haven't even got to the macrocosmos, but same thing. Taking in all the world surrounding you. Pay attention to it and allow all of the good and bad in until there's nothing left to see or feel. And that would be why we would age. We mature. Our past, you know, that's just why they say if we don't cringe at our own childhood, then we haven't matured any. We haven't grown. If it isn't cringy to us, then we are still children. We don't change until we feel a need to change. But I think that's what ages us. No need to be afraid. We only leave when we want to leave. But knowing in the back of my mind, I will always be okay. I try to worry about those around me. For some reason, if you're the center of your own universe, you can experience death in the things around you, but not yourself. So I want to take care of things, you know? Don't worry about me. Things that happen to us.
I wonder if it's ever struck you how curious a thing it is that most of the things that we experience we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate. Are events expressing some sort of power or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed. Even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world outside our skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible for it. So in the same way, when you have hiccups, you didn't plan on it. If you have belly rumbles, you had no intention of doing it. And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. And you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself.
Right.
And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which we have been accustomed to look at human existence as a precarious event in a cosmos that on the whole is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence.
Oh snap, what did it say, hit E? There was a button I could hit. Whoops. I'm a comet. What did it say? What did it say, guys? I hit some button. Q is to change that. A? Okay. Z. Just looks at me close. Nothing to let go of. Okay. Well, this is the only direction we can head in, is this. You have nothing more to lose. What will be left behind after I am gone? A memory? A thought? Oh man, guys. I don't remember how they said to get out of here. The sun. Is there anything outside of me? Is there anything inside of me? It's the same thing, isn't it? All of this is inside every atom of your being. That is crazy to think about. I did not mean to do that. Planetary system. Neutron star. Can we go even tinier? Oh my gosh, guys. What is that? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to stop, guys, but I really don't want to. Are there others like me? It's like, what is like me? Constellations and crap out here, man. Not really part of all this. Okay, hang on. Ah, dang. Coffee's cold. Okay. I have to find a stopping point, guys. Because, I don't know if there is.
If you're reared with a 20th century, or shall we say an early 20th century common sense, which is based on the philosophy of science of the 19th century, you regard yourself as an accident, a biological accident, in a stupid universe, which is mechanical, but has no feelings. A vast, pointless gyration of radioactive rocks and gas in which you happen to occur. Of course, if you don't have that point of view and you are more traditional, you look upon yourself as a child of God, and therefore under authority. In other words, there's a big boss on top of all this. And you better watch your P's and Q's, because that Almighty is looking after you.
Mm-hmm.
With the attitude of, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And when you look at the world in that image, or in the other image, that it's a stupid mechanism, either point of view you take, you don't really belong. You're not really part of all this. Or to put it in the strongest possible way, it is quite alien to our thought that the external world, which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself as something that you got caught up with, it is quite alien to consider all that as you yourself. Because you see, we have such a myopic view of what oneself is.
Damn. Just listen, we're related. How much tinier can I go? Like, what is that? Oh, I'm bigger than those. I'm an asteroid, right? You're an asteroid. A large asteroid. Oh, a large asteroid on a blade of grass. Whew! Thoughts. Think. Bonding. Ascend. Descend. Time. Time is relative to what you are. Generally, large things perceive time faster than small things. So I was like growing and dying as I would plants. That is accurate. When I was a head of lettuce, time moved pretty dang fast, and the light bulb only when I was lit up. If you wish time to move faster, enter something larger. If you wish time to move slower, enter something smaller. The passage of days and seasons can be paused in the settings menu. It's actually moving? Flying. I didn't possess a dragonfly. Autoplay. Dance. Transform. Okay. You cannot make a mistake. New things emerge from continued exploration. Yeah, it does. New things just emerge. That's why we have Mandela effects. New thoughts pop up, new species because of that. Oh, actually, this has been here the whole time. Here's its entire backstory. And no one can convince you otherwise. It's like, well, no, I guess it's always been there. Look, there's the history. His story. It's all stories. There's only the present. More things appear in the present to keep us from being bored. We gotta be careful what we think, right? Crazy, huh? And I only say be careful what we think. We can't make mistakes, like it says, but like, we can choose what is and isn't in our version of the world. We all have our own version, but yet we can interact with other versions in a way. How do I... It said there was a... Oh? What is this? Nothing happened. Oh man. It's all over. I'm inside the sun. Oh man. Oh. They can't see me. It's too big. Guys, I have to stop. I mean, I really hate to do this, but it has to stop because I gotta go to work. Justinio's gotta go to work. You don't. Well, I mean, you might. There's other workers. It's not just Justinio. For me, it is. My ego's heavy. It's focused on Justinio. God's love is infinite. That is why God can be all things. God can give anything life. It's crazy. And God is just consciousness. How come it became a thought and then it went away? Is it hauling ass? Is that what's going on? I'm trying to catch up to it. It's fast. The patterns are all there hiding from thought, where they disguise themselves as problems, not dropping hints everywhere you look. When you see them, they appear solved, And you laugh because of how obvious they were all along. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Descend into the planet! Into the planet. I can form a landmass? I am Drift Ice. I am Groot. I am Groot! I don't think he sounded Scottish. I am Groot. Holding E will bring up the transform menu. Wait, I can just be that? A green planet? Here? You can be whatever you want anywhere. What? I'm just here? Why not? Gravity's based on the planet. I am a planet. Jeez. How do I catch the Alan Watts quote? It's so far away. To me. So I can suddenly be a beetle here. At the bottom of the sea. That is terrifying. I don't like big water. Even though we're probably in it. Sycamore leaf. Okay. Wow. Wow. Anything exists everywhere? I can't leave the water though. I want that Alan Watts quote. Now I gotta get creative here. SSB? A huge asteroid. Oh, that's right. Asteroids don't have their own gravity. So I would need to be a planet to just magically fly. Let's be a green planet. And now I can leave. That is insane! But yet I'm getting pulled by the gravity. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Change your level of magnification.
Now, we come here to an extremely important principle, which is the different points of view you get when you change your level of magnification. That is to say, you can look at something with a microscope and see it a certain way. You can look at it with the naked eye and see it in a certain way. You look at it with a telescope and you see it in another way. Now, which level of magnification is the correct one? Well, obviously, they're all correct. They're just different points of view. When we examine our bloodstreams under a microscope, we see there's one hell of a fight going on. All sorts of microorganisms are chewing each other up. And if we got overly fascinated with our view of our own bloodstreams in the microscope, we should start taking sides, which would be fatal, because the health of our organism depends on the continuance of this battle. What is, in other words, conflict at one level of magnification is harmony at a higher level. Now, could it possibly be, therefore, that we, with all our problems, conflicts, neuroses, sicknesses, political outrages, wars, tortures, and everything that goes on in human life, are a state of conflict, which can be seen in a larger perspective as a situation of harmony?
Jeez. What in the world? Guys. What in the world? What is that? A horseshoe crab. Ah! What? What? We're going back in again. What is that? A sea urchin? Oh my god, guys. I have to stop. I love you guys. This has been fun, but I have to stop. I gotta get ready for work. If you guys have enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Because I'm gonna play more of this. That's a lobster! But yeah. It's just doing its thing. Yeah. Peace, guys. Love you. Till next time. Bye-bye.